Hello, it's Mr. Reindl and Super Pop. Whoa, hey, where have you been? Have you been on adventures or where have you been? You've been missing for 2 weeks. I don't know. I was hiding. You were hiding in Aruba, Jamaica, Italy, or where? No. I was in underneath the couch. Why were you underneath the couch? Well, your kids are crazy. My kids are crazy? You don't need to tell me. Why were you hiding underneath the couch? I was hiding so they wouldn't find me. Well, were you playing hide and go seek, or what do you mean? No, it was a terrible, terrible thing. One of your kids had pulled my arm, the other one had pulled my leg, and my ears, I thought they were gonna rip them off. So then then the dog started to chew on my cape, and it was pretty bad. So then I went and hid under the couch. Well, I was wondering where you went. I had no idea. You've been gone a couple weeks, so I was a little scared. Yeah, well, it's all better now. So what are you wanting to do today? I want to read the book. Do you have something in mind? No, but I think you do. It's one of your favorite books. It is. It's one of my favorite stories, and it is right down here. Let me grab it for you. Super Pup, do you mind sitting in my lap for a little bit? All right, I will. Whoa, where'd you go? You gotta sit up for this story. You gotta pay attention here, okay? Hey, what are you doing? Come on, Super Pup. Sit up here a little bit, would you? Oh my gosh, Super Pup. All right, we're gonna try to just put you. I'm gonna have to tackle you here. I got you. All right, now you're not gonna go anywhere. This is a story, one of my favorite stories. Come on, settle down. It is by Dr. Seuss, and it is called The Zacks. It is an amazing story. It's a really short story, but it's really cool, and we'll talk about a couple little things about it. So I'm going to read the story. Actually, Super Pup, you're going to have to sit down here. Thank you. Adjust this a little bit. So, this is called The Zacks. One day, making tracks in the prairie of Prax, came a north-going Zacks and a south-going Zacks. And it happened that both of them came to a place where they bumped. There they stood, foot to foot, face to face. "Look here now," the north-going Zacks said. "I say, you are blocking my path. You are right in my way. I'm a north-going Zacks, and I always go north. Get out of my way now, and let me go forth." "Who's in whose way?" snapped the south-going Zacks. "I always go south, making south-going tracks. So you're in my way, and I ask you to move, and let me go south in my south-going groove." Then the north-going Zack puffed up his chest with pride. "I never," he said, "take a step to one side, and I'll prove to you that I won't change my ways if I have to keep standing here 59 days. "And I'll prove to you," yelled the south-going Zacks, "that I can stand here in the prairie of Prax for 59 years. For I live by a rule that I learned as a boy back in south-going school. Never budge! That's my rule. Never budge in the least. Not an inch to the west, not an inch to the east. I'll stay here not budging. I can and I will, if it makes you and me and the whole world stand still." Well, of course, the world didn't stand still. The world grew. In a couple of years, the new highway came through, and they built it right over those two stubborn Zacks. And they left them there, standing unbudged in their tracks. The end. I like that story because we talk about two Zacks, south-going Zacks and the north-going Zacks. And they were stubborn. They didn't want to do anything. They just stood there. And they had consequences from that. Consequences are the things that happen when you do good or bad things. And obviously, this was not a good thing to do. They were not willing to compromise or agree to disagree. Sometimes, as kids, we can be like a Zax. When your mom or dad ask you to clean your room, and maybe you get a little stubborn and you say, no, I don't want to. And maybe throw a fit. That's kind of like being a Zax. Maybe if they say, go get your pajamas on, go brush your teeth, go get into bed, and you're like, no, I don't want to. Okay? That's kind of like being a Zax. Right now, we can't be like Zax. We need to work together. We need to compromise. We need to talk to each other. We need to make sure that we are doing the things that we need to do to be helpful with our parents and our grandparents and our brothers and sisters. So the next time that you are feeling kind of stubborn and your parent calls you a Zax, maybe you need to figure out some ways on how to not be so frustrated or angry, because in the Zax story, they stood there forever, and they built a whole city around them, and they stood there the whole time when all it would have taken was one person to move off to the side and say, you're right, I'm going to go off this side, and you go off that side, and we'll go on our way. Sometimes we come to a point in life where we have to give in a little bit and just let things happen. And when we let things happen, sometimes it's for the best. And right now, with everything that's going on, maybe this is for the best for us to stay home and wash our hands and play with our brothers and sisters instead of going to school and things like that. So think about that when you are getting a little frustrated. Ask yourself, am I being a Zax, or am I compromising and coming to an agreement to make something better? And that's what I want to tell you guys, is try to make things better. Even if we think we can't, there's probably some ways. Sometimes all it takes is just a little step to the side to look at a different point of view. So, hey, don't be a Zax, all right? What did you like that story, Super Pup? Yeah, I think it was a pretty good one. I think your kids need to not be Zax, because I think you got 7 Zax living with you. I would agree. I do have quite a few Zax in my house, and hopefully, if they see this, they will maybe not become Zax, and maybe they'll learn to get along a little better. Yes, it's been really difficult because I don't like to be my ears pulled or my cape bitten, or I don't want to come out of this COVID thing without a limb. I want to make sure you have all your limbs. That's for sure. Do you have anything else to say? Be safe, kids, and Mr. Reindl. Yeah. Make sure that you don't take me downstairs. I don't want to go back down there. You're really afraid of going downstairs, aren't you? Yes. Don't take me down there to those crazy animals. They're kind of like Zax. Well, I'm going to do the best I can to protect you and make it through this, and then next school year we'll be able to see all the kids again. All right. Thank you. We'll see you later, kids. Goodbye. Da, 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 da.